NLCS Yankee baseball. And by the reaction last night, you would have thought that the Detroit Tigers, the Cincinnati Reds, the Houston Texans, pick a small market team that's never been to the postseason before. You would have thought that one of those teams advanced to their first ever championship series. Yankee fans are back. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
We call that bing-bonging.
Bing bong.
That's what that is.
I got to tell you, the scene there last night, and at least it was off a playoff win,
yes,
and not just an opening, home opening win in triple overtime,
right?
For a season that was not going to end well. At least they were celebrating a playoff win.
Yes, and you know what? You got to release a lot of stress, and now you've got to go to the place that you wanted to go all year long.
Yes.
That place you dreamt of, that place you were saying, let's get there. You're there.
Yeah.
The Yankees, the Astros for the championship.
Evan, it was so good last night. There's a guy in a yarmulke rapping in the Bronx after the game. I can just tell you, black, white, Latin, Alaskan, Malamut, Russian, German, whatever. Everybody was in the streets together, a true melting pot. And let's say this. Thank God that they got 3 in the first. You can take a nice deep breath and enjoy the afternoon of baseball.
Also, thank God, and this is for certain Yankee fans out there, thank God your manager is Aaron Boone and not Terry Francona.
Yes,
because your manager decided, hey, I'm not messing around. 3 days rest for the first time in his career. Go get him, Nestor. While on the other side, the Hall of Fame manager said, I can't pitch Shane Bieber. Why would I ever throw my best pitcher? Aaron Boone didn't mess around. Now, did he take Nestor out a little bit too early?
Well,
probably.
I'm watching the game, and I'm saying to myself, he was under 70 pitches. He was doing a great job, right? Most contact was weak fly balls, broken bats, etc. And I'm saying to myself, I know you guys have this down, 6, 7, 8, 9, but I absolutely would have brought Nestor Cortez back for the 6.
His pitch count,
I understand it.
His pitch count was low. As you mentioned, he had retired 8 guys in a row.
He's got 2 guys on.
I know.
And if not for great defensive positioning with Peraza behind second base, that's a 2-run game with 2 men on and nobody out.
No doubt. So
and
everything.
Now Loiza's out of the game.
Everything I just said about Aaron Boone, I wouldn't have said.
That's exactly right. And I thought Bob Costas, who, by the way, just an amazing broadcaster and one of the most brilliant broadcasters in our lifetime, I felt said of all the things he said over the course of this series, this one was dead on. I'm paraphrasing, somewhere in the basement of Yankee Stadium, there's an analytic team that is now high-fiving each other
on the Naylor
for
line
their
drive.
defensive positioning on that at-bat.
Look, for all the defensive positioning that backfires, and there are a lot of examples of that, where a ball is smoked and you have positioned your defense perfectly. And that was a scare, no doubt, in the 6th inning. But I agree with you. I would have let Nestor ride a little bit more. But the fact that Nestor made the start and Aaron Boone wasn't afraid of 3 days rest, and he's shown he's not afraid of 3 days rest. Garrett Cole pitched on 3 days rest for the first time in his major league career in 2020. He does it with Nestor Cortez yesterday, both in winner-take-all game 5s.
Yeah.
And Nestor delivered. Giancarlo delivered. Giancarlo has been a tremendous postseason player.
Listen, home run, that's the game right there. And the breathing room that the Yankees needed. And you're right, for Yankee fans, although Yankee fans have been there a lot, right? You are dead on right. That was a release of pent-up emotion. That's all it was.
No doubt, because I think that this series was viewed as, if we don't beat this team, especially with the way they lost Game 3 and the way it was mismanaged, that this would be an all-time debacle. That it would be viewed as, I can't believe they lost to the Guardians and they blew Game 3, a kind of game they've never blown in their playoff history.
Way, had they lost, and we have now a singular enemy in this Naylor guy doing the rock-a-baby, right? It would have taken on a life of its own because they would have been rock-a-baby and all over Yankee Stadium, kind of like when the Red Sox played little Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, rock-a-baby turned out to be the greatest thing ever. Think about what Garrett Cole did after Rock-a-Baby. Think about what Josh Naylor's done since Rock-a-Baby. And clearly the Yankees thought about it because Gleyber Torres, and I love this, as the series ends, the immediate moment the series ends on that ground ball to shortstop, Glaber, before his foot has even touched the bag, I'm exaggerating, he starts rocking the baby.
Not just that, the Yankees' wives and girlfriends put out a TikTok video. They're rocket babying, and one of them actually had a baby.
An actual baby.
Yeah, so, listen, it was great. And now you don't get to enjoy it. Enjoy it up to the moment. And then what time's tonight's game? 7:37?
7:37.
All right, so 7:37 tonight. The enjoyment of yesterday comes to an end. And now the focus is on, can the Yankees beat a team that they can't beat? I mean, that's what it is. The Houston Astros have never lost a playoff series. Please correct me if I'm wrong, to the New York Yankees.
3 for 3.
Has never happened.
Including that wild card game, they are 3 for 3.
Plus, although there are a lot of very close games, to be fair, they won the regular season matchup 5-2, I think it was, right?
Yep.
And the New York Yankees go in there, obviously, having flown in last night with a lot of adrenaline and a lot of emotion. You know, they didn't really get to celebrate for as long as you'd like to celebrate. And now you've got Jameson Taillon on the mound against a Hall of Fame pitcher who, to be fair, had a terrible outing against Seattle a week ago.
Yep.
So he's definitely human. And I think we all kind of view it the same way. Can they steal a victory in game one? Why the hell not?
Can you beat Justin Verlander? Something they did the last time they saw him in the postseason, that game 5 at Yankee Stadium in 19. But for the most part, you can't get past him. And I remember saying this to you back in June. In fact, I remember a lot of things that you said back in June.
I've said a lot of things. That's my job. I talk all day, nonstop.
By the way,
talk.
In case anyone forgot
I don't
something,
know what you're talking. I know the guys don't have it.
Craig may have said in June.
Hang on a second. I know they don't have it.
Oh, they may.
No, I'm pretty sure that whatever audio you're asking for, they can't find it.
Here's the problem.
Because if they can't find it, okay.
Yesterday, for some personal reasons, I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
And the one thing you don't want to leave
people the
Evan
truth,
with,
Evan.
Yes.
Evan was in Brooklyn yesterday in line, making sure that he had the right tickets for Barclays for the premiere of the Nets season tonight.
That's exactly.
And he went and toured the building for the 19th time, and he wanted to make sure his season tickets were right.
And guess what?
And I can't argue that because that's a real fan. So we didn't get into it on the air, but that's what Evan was doing.
And then guess what? It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, thank God. I'm so happy.
But I found something that you have said back in June.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Mac, do you have it?
Before you play anything, do you have something there? Before you hit a button, I'm just wondering, do you have audio that you're about to play of something I might have said back in June of this year?
Yes, it was given to me earlier in the day, and I do have it, yes.
You do have it?
I have it.
Interesting.
The mouse seems to be working. My finger shows no problem.
No ill
Full
effects
no.
from going to the game. And I just say this before you push the button.
Yeah.
Remember what happened yesterday?
Oh, I do.
Good.
I do
remember who said, why don't you leave early? Because I want to make sure, not that I'm your boss, because I'm not, but, it's the Carton and Roberts show, as we discussed yesterday. And when a guy on Twitter suggested that I should allow you to leave early so you can get the trains on time and be in the building for first pitch, I didn't hesitate. I said, go, be gone.
That's really sweet that you did that.
Yeah.
But what Big Mac also shouldn't forget is you had tickets for this game because of whom?
I believe Evan gave me the tickets.
All right, play it. Let's hear what I said in June. Go ahead. You're a diehard Yankee fan. Let's be honest. The Astros have us. We have to start admitting that. We need the Astros eliminated before they face the Yankees in the postseason.
Wow, Misty, we need them eliminated before we face them in the postseason.
Listen, I want no part of the Astros right now. I'm just keeping it real.
No part of the Astros. Well, guess what, Craig? You got the Astros. You got all of the Astros. You're going to have to taste the Astros. You're going to have to eat the Astros. And by the way, it's getting warm in here. So I should take my Nets sweatshirt off.
Evan's wearing his Astros shirt again today. It's funny because I remember a young man a few years ago who was on a little trip on a vacation in the great state of Florida. And this young man decided one day that it might be fun to drive by the complex where the Houston Astros like to play spring training baseball.
Yeah.
And this young man, who's the hero of our story, recognized that there was a sign acknowledging an Astros championship, I believe it was. So this young man decided to get out of his car, walk onto the Astros spring training camp facilities grounds, and draw an asterisk next to the championship.
What a brave thing for someone to do.
And I'm just wondering who that guy was, who's now wearing an Astros shirt on TV.
Sometimes you stick around long enough to see the villain become the hero.
Is that right?
Sometimes.
Is that like a WWE thing?
Sometimes. I thought that was a super
Well, listen, we got
thing.
lots to do, of course. It's all Yankees today, so get ready for Game 1 against the Astros. You've got Knicks Grizzlies tonight later on. Obviously, Phillies Padres will start in a couple hours as well. The Nets are home tonight to start their season off against the Zion and the Pelicans. So there's lots cooking. We'll get to all of it, but the main focus today, of course, is going to be the Yankees winning last night, winning the ALDS, and now the prospect of what they need to do to beat the Houston Astros. Now,
can you slay the guys you can't beat? That's what it comes down to.
They play straight now, right? They play tonight, tomorrow.
They have an off day before Game 3, and then they play straight 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
Off on Friday.
Yep.
3, 4, 5. Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Correct. And then 6 Tuesday, 7 Wednesday, no off
so it is
day.
straight after that.
After that, it is straight. No question. But I remember what I said to you back in June.
And pardon me, Garrett Cole be Game 3.
Well, we don't know, and that's
so he could pitch tomorrow.
Well, I'll give you my theory on it, and you can tell me if you agree or not. If Garrett Cole pitches tomorrow, he'd be pitching on 3 days rest. And as you recall, he was warming up last night. He was ready to come into that game, potentially to face Jose Ramirez, maybe a batter later. Who knows? Didn't happen because they got the final out. If Garrett Cole starts tomorrow night on 3 days rest, that would line him up to pitch Game 6 in Houston on regular rest. If you don't want to pitch Garrett Cole on short rest, he would pitch Game number 3 Saturday at Yankee Stadium with an extra day of rest. That would line him up to pitch Game 7, but only on short rest. So the truth is this. If you want Garrett Cole to pitch twice in the American League Championship Series, and you do want him to pitch twice, your choice is short rest now, Game 6 later on full rest, or Game 3 on regular rest, and then maybe if there is a Game 7 on short rest. To me, it's very easy.
You pitch him tomorrow.
I pitch him tomorrow. Now, I don't know if Aaron Boone's going to do that, but I would. Garrett Cole's made one postseason start on short rest, and he was great. He pitched into the 6th inning against Tampa back in 2020. So those are the options. If they don't go to Garrett Cole tomorrow, it would be Luis Severino. But I just laid it out for you, and I think it's pretty easy.
I think
Garrett Cole should pitch tomorrow no matter what the result is tonight. Win or lose, doesn't matter. Because there's no guarantee I get a Game 7.
Right.
I got to make sure there's a Game 7 or end the series early. So to me, it's Garrett Cole Game 2, Garrett Cole regular rest Game 6. I was thinking about that
this morning, and I thought for sure it's Game 3, and then, of course, Nestor's Game 4. But the more you say it, if he's going to pitch on short rest to get him into 2 games in the series, which you have to do, I'd rather him be on short rest now. So if I do get to a Game 6, which is going to be an elimination game one way or the other, I want him on regular rest for that.
There's one other thing, another caveat that I think will even convince you more. If I start Garrett Cole tomorrow, I've got a choice for Game 3. Luis Severino with a lot of rest or Nestor Cortez. And the reason it would be Nestor Cortez is because then I have him available to pitch a Game 7 on 3 days rest.
I'm with you.
And Nestor just showed us he can pitch on 7 days rest. So if you start 3 days rest, my apologies. If you start Cole tomorrow and Nestor in Game 3, potentially your 2 best starters, Nestor Cortez and Garrett Cole, would pitch in 4 of 7 games. Why would you not want that?
No, it's a no-brainer. I'm with you on that. And I retract my statement earlier today to friends, which was I pitched him Game 3 and I pitched Nestor Game 4. I didn't contemplate it that way. So good point. We'll get into that. We'll obviously break down every game. You can hear those games exclusively here on WFAN tonight with John and Susan. And, of course, we are the home for Yankee baseball. Nowhere else you can turn to get Yankee baseball.